And we're gonna have our hymn time. And so everybody get ready. Hit that OK button at the top. Indeed. Alrighty. Excellent. Excellent. So let's get the hymn time together. Mick, can you do the countdown? Because I'm ready.
Sure, I can. So
I'm
5,
ready, life ready.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Mm,
Mm, mm, mm, mm.
mm-hmm, mm, mm-hmm. Okay. Now, last week we looked at an awesome video, and and remember when I told you that it was an older video, and it was on the compensation plan. Well, now we got an updated compensation plan. And I need to show everybody because we got a lot of leaders on here, and most of the time on Monday night it's mostly leaders anyhow. I need to show everybody how to get to the updated version, the new compensation plan. So what we're gonna do is, let me go here. I want to go to Academy Hub, okay? Then go to Channel Academy. And everybody need to download this, and on next week we'll go over the new updated one. But everybody need to be familiar with it. And if you have any questions, have your questions ready on next week. All right, now you go to Channel Academy. I clicked on Channel Academy. Okay. So did everybody see what? Well, who didn't see what I clicked on? Is there anybody that didn't see what I clicked on? Okay, so now we're on Channel Academy. And if you go to do 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 do. Okay, under there. Okay, must watch. All right, let me see here. Let
Under
me see
business
which
resources.
one. It's under the business resources. The marketing
Okay.
plan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's it right there. Do 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 do. And you want to click on the one with English, with England. Okay,
Yes,
which is right
it's the
here.
last one. Yeah, the last one on the right.
Yeah, ENG.
Mhm.
Then this is where you click on and it automatically download. So you click here and it'll download. See that just downloaded to my computer. Definitely. And wherever your download goes, check that. Let me see here. So remember that this is it right here. Click here and that's it. So let me see marketing plan. I'm just gonna click on this. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Just doing a little wandering right now. Business resource. Let me click on that. Oh yeah, yeah. It's good to wander sometime. Yeah, anytime you're on Channel Academy, always look for you know, that ENG on there. That ENG. Oh, okay. The power and okay. Here's something. Oh, I'm going to download this right here. I'm just doing a little shopping while I'm over here on that vital energy. A lot of people are loving that vital energy. Okay. Ready? Let me go back. Do anybody have any questions on how to get to the new compass, the update of the compensation plan? No question. Okay, good. Everybody got it? So everybody should have it. Everybody should look over it by next week. All righty. Now, like I said, last week we went over the compensation plan. And this week we're going to go over the 8 steps to success. Indeed, 8 steps to success. If anybody, when you enroll someone, always go back, always do follow up and mentor them uh, on the website, you know, and mainly on products on how to order. Always do follow up. That's very important. Very important. You'll be surprised at people who slip through the cracks and they don't even know how to get to their website or anything like that. Okay, so that's very important. They should always know how to order and and stay with them, and especially if they are you sign up as a distributor, you want to coach them on the back office. Don't wait till you get to some Zoom. We as leaders individually are responsible for that. You want to be a good mentor, you know, to your group, to the people that you bring in. See, so remember that part right there. Don't leave it in somebody else's hand to teach your people, to show them the ropes. You know the rope and the rope a dope dope. Okay? Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's go with the 8 steps to success on this evening because we got to know this is the 8th step. Indeed.
Okay, great. Let me see if I can pull up the 8 steps to success. Do y'all see that?
Yeah, we got it. Yep, you got it.
Woohoo! Well, that's amazing. Well, this is so awesome. This is awesome. So again, hello, everybody. Hello to my favorite leader in the world, Florence Lindor, and also Rosalie. I don't see her here yet, and Edward Strozier. So I thank God for all 3 of you guys. You're just so wonderful, been so good. But we were just talking about how are you going to be successful if you don't know the 8 steps to success? And so every person that comes into the company needs to understand that there are steps. There's always a protocol. There's always a formula that needs to be followed by those who have gone before us to lead the way. They've already cleared the way, cleared all the weeds and the bushes out of the way, and made a path straight to success for us. And so we're going to talk about the 8 steps to success and what that entails. So there are 8 steps, and we have the first step. In the first step, we want to set our goals. We want to set our goals because if we don't have a goal, if we haven't set a goal for ourselves, then we have no way, we have no parameter, we have no map, we have no blueprint for how we're going to achieve what we want to achieve. If we don't set a goal, we may not even know what it is that we want. And so it's very important for us to first set a goal. And then the second step, we're going to be talking about commitment. Step number 3, making a list. Step number 4, the invitation, extending invitations. And then we're going to look at explaining the business, follow-up, consultations, and duplication, number 8. So let us go on. So our first thing that we want to do is, again, to set a goal. And one of the goals that we each should have for living is to live a balanced life. We have to desire to live a balanced life. As a matter of fact, we have a phrase in the United States Declaration of Independence that says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that we all have unalienable rights. And that is, we have a right to live a balanced life where we live well, we learn, we love, and we make a contribution. And so when we talk about our goals, we want to do just that. We want to see how can we use Atomy to live a life where we can live well, where we love people and share that love and have love come to us, where we learn and grow, and where we can make a contribution to others. So, but our goal, because our goal should not just to be doing something for ourselves. It should not be just about you or just about me, but also to help others. And that is what can fuel your goal. If your innate desire is not just about you, but about what is it that's in you that can help the next person have a better life. And so this is what I see when I see Atomy, the opportunity for that. Because we want to help our family to meet our family's household needs. And we also want to help to meet the needs of those who are less fortunate, to help the widows and to help the orphans. And so this is why we have to do what we see in the Word of God. And it says to write the vision, write down your goals. You may have some intermediate goals, and you may have some big goals, but write down the steps that you want to take so that you will be able to see your way clear. Write your vision and make it plain so that he who sees it, they may run with it when they read it, so that you will be able to run. You will know the route that you need to take. And so that's what we need to do. The first thing is to set a goal. And then we're going to go on to number 2, which is very important, is that you have to have commitment. We have to have commitment. And I just want to ask some questions about that. Do you know who you are? Ask yourself that. Do you know who you really are? And do you know that you can learn? Do you know that you can grow? And do you know that you can change what you thought you could not change? We can change what we think that we cannot change. And the way that we can change that is through commitment. We cannot be wishy-washy. When you decide that you are going to, when you set a goal for yourself, you have to become committed to achieving that goal. And the thing about it is that we each have worked all our lives. We went to work, we worked for someone else, we worked for our bosses, and we were committed. We tried to get to work on time. We tried to do the best job we could. But now it is time that we do these things for ourselves. And so we need to make sure to be the center of our lives, and that we need to make sure that we influence the people around us with our thoughts and our ideas. And our thoughts and our ideas is with Atomy is that we're going to share. We're going to share about the products. We're going to share about the business opportunity. We're going to share about the testimonies of people who've used the products. And so that's some of the things, those are some of the things that we want to do. We want to spread the good news and spread the word and share about the products. Excuse me. And so we have to make sure that we are committed, and that we also, that when we talk about the business, that we do not allow naysayers to shift us from what we have purpose to do for our goals for ourselves. That we don't want people around us who are going to discourage us. So we're going to have to make sure that we stay encouraged and that we're truly committed to what it is that we decided that we want to do with this opportunity that we have been given, that has been placed in our hands. And so we have to make sure that we take care of our business, that when you come to Academy, you really are your own business owner. You're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur. So like, for example, for me, at first I wasn't getting up early and, getting dressed and doing Academy. But then when I thought about it, because I saw how my finances were looking, and I said, I need to find a part-time job. But then I had to think again. I said, wait a minute, I have a part-time job. I have a full-time job. I have Academy. So I began, as part of my commitment to myself, I began to get up early, get dressed, and do whatever it needs, make all the phone calls I needed to make and do everything that I needed to do to make sure that I worked my job for that day, for however many hours I wanted to work that job. So we have to be committed. Commitment is huge. And procrastination is your number one enemy when it comes to you trying to reach your goals. And so I just wanted to reiterate that procrastination is our worst enemy. So the third thing that we need to do in our 8 steps to success is that we want to make a list. We need to make a list of all of the people that we want to approach. We want to make a list of friends, families, enemies, everybody. We want to put everybody on the list. We don't want to leave anyone out. Everyone that we meet, that we run across when we're out and about, is a potential customer or a potential business partner. And so it's very important that we make our list. Just as it's important that you write your goals. As a matter of fact, you can make your list when you're writing your goals. So you can tie those two things in together. And so we want to make sure that we make a list, and then we want to make sure that we ask our customers also for referrals. We want to call everybody on our list, but when we make those calls, we don't necessarily want to leave a message. What we want to do is keep calling until we are able to speak with someone on the phone, because studies have shown that for sales, that is the best approach, is to don't leave a message unless you've interacted with them before. But the first time, you want to make sure that you get them on the phone. And so you can schedule a time frame. Like, for example, I met a lady the other day at church, and we got to talking, and she says, yeah, I'm really into natural products, and I'm really looking for some plant-based products because of my allergies. And so I said, okay, well, what day is a good day for me to talk to you? She said, well, Wednesday. And so I said, okay, well, what time? And she looked at me like, oh, she's serious. Because a lot of times people, strangers, I didn't know her, she didn't really know me, but I said, and she said, 8 o'clock will work. So I said, okay, I'm going to call you at 8 o'clock. And so I will be calling her on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And so it's very important that we talk to people, get people on the phone, talk to them at the laundromat, talk to them at the dry cleaners, talk to them at the car dealership, wherever we are. We want to continue to add people to our list, and we want to make sure that we interact with them. We want to make sure that, first of all, that we just have try to have a meaningful conversation. Try to have a meaningful conversation with strangers. Like if they have their dog with them, maybe comment about, oh, that's a cute dog. If they have their kids, say something about the kids, and just begin to talk about the mask wearing and the COVID-19 or whatever. But we want to strike up conversations with people so that we can begin to build up a little bit of trust with the people. Okay, so the next one that we're going to go to and talk about, the next step in our 8 steps to success, is invitation. So it's very important, like I just said, I asked, could I call this woman that I met yesterday? But we want to always make appointments and then invite people to come on a phone call, to come to a Zoom meeting, whether it's, or you can conduct a Zoom with them yourself. You can have them invite some of their friends. And so it's important that we're committed to a certain number of phone calls a day and that we're consistent about it. And so, because if you're not making phone calls, if you're not going out and meeting people, if you're not attending the trainings, if you're not buying the products and all that, then you really have not really immersed yourself in the business. And so with Atomy, there needs to be total immersion. We need to totally immerse ourselves in those things that we have said is our goal, that we have said, this is my business. So we don't want to be half-hearted. We don't want to be mediocre. And we want to invite. And so that is step number 4. And let's see, we're going to go to step number 5. So we want to explain the business. And that's very important. And in order to explain the business, you have to understand the business for yourself. And so it's very important for us as business partners to attend all of our Atomy meetings and to talk with our upline. If there's some things that we don't understand, go to our back office. If we need to call the customer service, do that. But we need to make sure that we can explain the company concept and the products and the strategy that the company takes. So Atomy is a distributor of products that are made by Colmar, and they are sold at incredibly low prices. We need to understand that. We need to understand that Atomy and Colmar are curators, and they search the world to find the finest ingredients, the plant-based ingredients, non-toxic and clean products, and also environmentally friendly ingredients. So we need to explain that to people, because nowadays people are very savvy and everybody's interested in something that's not going to make them sick. People want to get away from all of the toxins that are in products, and people want the very best for themselves. So we need to explain that about the products, that Atomy has absolute quality, absolute price, and absolute value, that they're going to get a much better value when they begin to shop with you. And also explain to them that, hey, this is a shopping mall. It's a shopping mall. Then you can come in, take a look around, invite them to come and walk around your mall with you. Take them by the hand virtually and walk them through the mall and help them identify some products that could help them. Ask them, if they have any special needs, special areas of concern for their health or whatever it may be. And also we want to know and understand the compensation plan so that we can share it. And it's very important to know the compensation plan, because you want to make sure that if they sign up with you, that you've given them the best information possible so that they won't make a mistake when they are building their downline, because you want them to build a good, solid downline. So you want to make sure that you understand that compensation plan. And the last point is the Atomy vision, what the vision is for Atomy. And Atomy's vision is to make sure that everybody prospers, that everybody is healthy. Atomy wants to make sure that everyone has what they need to have a good and a balanced life. And so that is the vision that Atomy has, and we need to understand that. And there's more to the vision than just that. But those are some of the things that I believe that are important. And so the next step is step number 6, which is follow up. Follow up. So we want to make a phone call within 48 hours of meeting to check up on a new member. When we introduce someone to Atomy and they come in as a new member, we want to follow up with them. We want to make sure that they understand how the compensation plan works, take them to the back office, make sure they know how to order, if they know how to tell their customers how to order. all of our customers, every customer that we have should know how to go in the back, go into the shopping mall and order products. And so we want to make sure that we follow up with the customers and make sure that they know how to order. They each need to have their own ID number, and they each need to know how to order the products so that we can get them off to a good start. We want good, solid customers. We want good, solid business partners. And so we really also need to make sure that if there are any doubts in their minds about the products, we can show them, take them to the back office and show them the breakdown. Take them to the mall and show them where the product ingredients and contraindications are broken down so that they can be very, very clear when they're talking to people about the product. So when they may go to the doctor and you may ask them, well, what are you taking? And, they'll be able to explain. And so we want to make sure that our customers, as well as everyone in our downline, is very well educated about Atomy products and how it works, and also our compensation plan and the business opportunity that it is. So we want to make sure we do that. So let's go on to number 7. So again, as far as the follow up and follow through, we want to make sure we're following up and we're following through. And so let's look at number 7. Consultation. We provide consultation when a problem arises. So you may say, well, I don't know anybody. Okay, so you may have someone in your downline that says, well, I don't know anybody, Well, you do know somebody. You just have to sit down and make your list. So sit down with that person in your downline and help them make their list out and remind them, brainstorm with them about, where they go and, the people in their lives and all of that, and help them to create a downline list, a list of people that they can call, a potential customer list, a potential business partner list. So let's help them to do that because most people know more people than they think they do. So let's go on to number. Okay. Also, we may hear people say, oh, no one would register as a member. Okay, now the reason why a person wouldn't register as a member is perhaps that you did not explain the company's vision. And this is why we need to make sure that we understand the vision of Atomy, that we understand the compensation plan, that we have educated ourselves, that we've taken the time, and that we have talked about the ingredients in the product. So we have great, on, I believe it's Sunday night, we have Angelica that comes on and she breaks down the chemical components and the natural ingredients that are in all of the products. And so when people understand that this company is light years ahead of most other companies in the necessary everyday life products that they have, then they will get a better understanding and we will get more people to register as members. And then, okay, so some people may say, well, okay, I don't hardly have any sales. Well, one of the reasons why we may not have sales is because we have not partnered with our downline. We have to look at this as a team. Atomy is very team-based and very team-oriented. And so everything that we do, if we are seeking to bless others, we are seeking to educate our downline and to help them get a check. My goal for my downline is for everyone in my downline to get paid. Everyone to get paid so that we all can begin to level up. And my goal is to build a strong downline. So your goal should be to build a strong downline. We need to go straight down. We need to build very strong. And we need to make sure again that our customers know how to go and make purchases on their own. These are some of the things that we need to do so we can ensure that we have sales, and we need to work together as a team so that we all can level up. And so that's very important. So, and also when we advertise our products, we need to emphasize the best features about our products, and we need to have a passion and be excited. if we are not using the products, if we're not using them, then we can't be excited about them. If you sign people up, because I had some people, and I told them, I said, what you have to do, don't sign anybody up unless they are making a purchase. Because if they don't make a purchase, how are they going to refer a product? They won't have anything to say about anything because they haven't made a purchase. And so it's very important that we have a people, if you're a business partner, that you are using the products. You need to be a repeat consumer yourself. We need to be repeat consumers, and we need to train everyone who comes into the company, either, especially as a business partner, to be a repeat consumer. So that is very, very important. So, and another thing is we have to make sure that we are not selfish, we're not self-centered, that we're trying to help everyone to grow. And we don't need to be worrying about whether our upline is growing or what they're doing. We need to make sure we are doing our part, because they're going to help you naturally, because when you get paid, they get paid. So it's a win-win situation. So we don't want to get it twisted. We want to understand that we work as a unit, and we all are going to grow and prosper together if we keep our focus and if we are not selfish and self-centered. So that is our consultation, and we're going to go to our last point in the 8 steps to success is duplication, and that's very important. So we need to do exactly like successful people did when they first started. We need to make up our mind to follow in their footsteps for good duplication. The original version is always, most of the time, it's really good. So if I need to do what my upline has done, now, me being a leader myself, if I come in and I start doing all different kinds of stuff, if I try to reinvent the wheel, and if I get people started off on the wrong foot, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to produce people who are going to be on the wrong foot too. And that can really go real deep. So we don't want that to happen. So we want to make sure that we are duplicating what has successfully shown itself to be successful in our leadership and what they have done. So we want to duplicate. And the last thing we want to do is share. Continue to share about the opportunity, share about the products, share about the testimonies. Come and hear testimonies about all of the products that we have. And ask for testimonies from our customers, ask for their testimonies, and continue to share. And that is all I have for you guys. I hope it made sense. But I thank you so much for the opportunity to come and talk about the 8 steps to success.
All righty. Thank you, Maria. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link, the YouTube link. The YouTube link. In the chat. Okay. Okay, somebody said, where do I obtain a copy of the business plan package? Okay. That I may learn the information and be confident in it. All right, now, okay. I'm gonna say this. Are you very familiar with your back office? Have you had training in your back office from your upline? Wait a minute. You got okay, you just answered it. What did I say? I thought you now okay. Now that was the 8 steps that I just put in there. Now, when you say business plan, are you talking about the compensation plan? So, okay, she didn't put anything in the chat just yet. Okay, all right. Well, she probably was here earlier and saw how to get to the compensation plan. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay. Anybody have any questions on this evening? Remember, download the compensation plan and go over it, read over it. You might want to connect with, you know, with your sponsor, with your upline, um, and go over it. And then we're going to get together next week, next Monday, and and talk about it some more. Okay. All right. That'll be wonderful. That will be wonderful. All righty then. Well, we're going to get ready to say goodnight at this time. And everybody continue the blessing and continue to to move forward, think big, be compassionate, and stay healthy. Okay, be healthy. So
May,
in this, hello,
may I
Sip.
say, may I say two thumbs up for Maria?
Yes, indeed. Two thumbs up for Maria.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, she did a great job with the 8 steps. The eight
Exactly
steps.
so. Absolutely.
Indeed, right. And so everybody need that link. Um, we need to find out more on why they had to stop the morning momentum. You know, so I don't want that same reason to hit Thursday night. Now the other thing is, um, I may have to shift everything to like on the YouTube channel to unlisted. You know, so if it's unlisted, the general public can't just type it in and find it because it's not listed. But those who are subscribed to the YouTube channel can go in and look at everything that's unlisted. Okay. So that's something awesome job with the presentation. All righty then. Thank you very much. Oh, definitely. So keep that in mind. I need to ask some more questions because we don't want to jeopardize what we got going on Thursday night. That might be looking at these YouTube channels. Uh, so, and I remember reading something as far as the YouTube channels that they had in there that um you can label it as hide. But my thing is, if I put it as hide, it with everybody that subscribed would be able to find the information. So, but we're gonna look into that, okay? Because we have a treasure of a YouTube channel that helps support a lot of us here, a lot of our consumers and business partners. So everybody keep in touch. Continue to pray for one another. Pray for Atomy. Pray for South Korea. And keep that in mind because our home base is there. All right. So I want y'all to remember that. Pray for South Korea. North Korea right at the door. They don't like South Korea. So we need to pray for South Korea. Okay. Hope y'all understand that because that's the home of Atomy. Okay. All righty then. All right. So I'm gonna say good night, everybody. It's 9 o'clock. Praise the Lord. We had a good meeting on tonight. Thank y'all for coming out on this evening. And like I always say, God bless. You know the rest. Continue in the blessing. Good night.
Good
I should
night.
have some. I should
Good
have some
night.
good night music. Good night.
everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night.